All right, Willie P. Off you go in the car.
What's going on, Christian? How are you?
I'm fine, thanks, Will. You?
I'm well. What report did you get back, if any, on Guzman, and I guess what is availability for tomorrow?
He's available. He cramped in the game, but this is to be expected. Careful on your right, because I can see a car coming.
I appreciate it.
So, no, he's expected to have cramps. He didn't play from the start from a long time. So as I said, with him, but with all the players that coming back from long-term injuries, you have to allow them time, and for Guzman is the same. And then when you play a Red Bull, you know you're going to be put under pressure. Is a physical team that like to run, to stretch the back four, and it wasn't easy. And the moment that you take the guard off a little bit, all of a sudden they are in those half spaces, and then he got a yellow card late in the first half. But I think he played well. He won few duels. And then but he's available. He's good.
That's good to hear. In terms of the way Wednesday finished, I know that's the kind of match that maybe leaves a little bit of a sour taste in your mouth at the end. Is it better to have a match right away again on a Saturday to kind of give these guys an opportunity to get themselves some redemption?
Yeah, I mean, you talk about redemption. Like if we are Real Madrid, then we cannot draw in Red Bull. I think the fact that you even talk about redemption for me is a testament of the character that the boys have. We come back. I know we were 2-0 up, but I thought that we didn't play with the ball as much as we should. And I don't think we did enough to win the game. So in a way, there is a sour taste, as you say, but not so much for the result, and not so much because we were 2-0 up. Sometimes you can be 2-0 up and even win, but you deserve to be 10-2 down. So it's not that. I thought that the disappointment was more about it, but the character that the boys showed, because when you go 2-2 after the momentum shifted completely, or can shift completely, and then you can go down, and you can consider another one and another two. I've seen it done even in big clubs. So I thought that the boys to stay in the game and then even having chances to win it. I think we have this kind of resilience, but the resilience I really want from the boys, and that's what I told them today. The biggest challenge we have is to have the resilience to play our style, to play our football. Not always is going to be possible, because there are moments in which the opposition press you well, doesn't allow you that, and you have to respect that. And I think in those moments we can play. We show that because we scored 2 goals. You know, one winning the ball back from fencing, and the other one as well, not by playing our style necessarily from building from the back. But then also there are moments that the opposition allowed us to play, and we show a lot of videos where we could have done, we didn't. And these are the moments that I want us to be more resilient and to really play our game.
And lastly for me, and then I'll focus on the road. How is Montreal different?
No, always focus on the road, not just in a minute.
I am. How is Montreal different under Losada than they are under Nancy? I understand that.
Well, I think we lost you for a little bit there, Will. But I think we got the gist of the question about the difference under Losada versus Nancy.
Yes.
Yeah, obviously there are some differences, because even if they play more or less the same system with 3 central defenders, at least talk in general, with 3 central defenders, wing backs, and then it depends also the flavor you give with to have 2 number 9s and 2 attacking midfielders. So there are slight differences. The bulk is similar, to have that structure with 3 central defenders and the wing backs. But then there are differences, of course, between the two, the way Nancy set up the team and the way Losada. All I can say that both are doing well. Nancy really brought Montreal to a higher level and is doing a good job at Columbus, following that path. And Losada is keeping the good work. It's not easy when you take over from a coach that did well, you know. So there are always expectations, and it's a little bit when you come back from an injury for a play that everybody thinks that you should bring forward the team from where it was. But if a coach has done well, you have to allow the coach that is coming after, you know, to give his own flavor. And sometimes you don't start as well as the previous coach finished, but I think he's doing a good job.
All right, thanks, Will. Let's go to Tyler.
Hey, Coach. I just wanted to hear your thoughts on Montreal's form away from home. I think they've only won one game in MLS this season. At home, they've been really good. Does that give you confidence going to this game, or does it kind of feel like a trap to you and the team?
I mean, if you go with overconfidence, you can be a trap, yes. And so I think, as I said in the past, every game is a different story. So you have, as I said just now, you have to give the coach that comes to a new team time to adjust, the time to find his best 11, his best balance. So I think we have to be really focused on this game and not thinking away form or of the opposition, because, I mean, what do you say to your players? That because then we should have the right, there is no right, we have to earn the right to do everything, to play your game, you have to fight, to defend well, you have to fight. And we know that they are a physical team with two strong number 9s, whoever will play, if you play O4, if you play Toy, if you play Ibrahim, we know that they are really physical guys, that they come and attack. Two very good attacking midfielders, Wanyama, that we know is one of the best playmaker in the league. Two very good wing backs. Whoever he plays, even they got a couple that have been called in the Gold Cup. Then they will have Lappanainen, they will have Lassiter, and we know that they are really good players, a really good squad. So we need to be focusing on our game and to try to minimize their strength.
Thanks. And I know you think every game's just as important as the one before. Is it a little bit more important when it's a team that's kind of near you in the standings?
Yeah, of course, but Red Bull was the same. So and then we will have New York after that is going to be the same. Of course, those games become important because of that. At least is important to get the result, not a negative one, because at least even if you share the points, it's going to be, nobody really goes away from anybody. But I am sure that, like Montreal, we always want to go onto the pitch to try to win the game. This is our mentality, what we want to build here. Not always that is possible, but I want to see a team that goes on the pitch to win the game, to try to win the game. Then after in the last 10 minutes, you might do some changes because the game goes in a certain way and you cannot be blind to what happens in those moments. But as an idea to start the game, home or away, we always try to go on the pitch to win it.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Dan.
All right, Mike Solarte, last one.
Afternoon, Christian. Good to see you, sir.
Good to see you as well. Do you have my shirt as well? Now?
No, I don't. I just have the striped shirt today. Yeah. Will and Woody won't send me any gear, so that's the best. This is the best I can do. Can you?
This is a subtle request, isn't it?
Maybe. Can you kind of offer up some thoughts on the acquisition of Scott Arfield yesterday?
Yeah, I'm very happy to have Scott with us. It's the kind of player we need in this moment, I think. The way we are as a squad, the way we didn't move many players that's why I said that we need, in my opinion, at least 3 new players in this window, because there are moments, because I think that the boys have done really well to bring to bring us where we are. But then we need to make a jump of quality. And I think Scott bring in one package is a guy that has the characteristics of the midfielder that I like. He's a competitor. He is very experienced. He's a good character. He has leadership skills on the pitch, off the pitch. And it's just the kind of player that Charlotte FC, in my opinion, needs in this moment. I followed him in the past. I know how he played for Burnley. I spoke with Ashley about that. I spoke with Rangers. The coach of Rangers is, I know him very well because we did our qualification, the coaching qualification together. So I am a good friend of Michael. And so I got many nuances on the acquisition of Scott, as well as knowing him from past. Watching him in the past, I've seen him play many times. But I have to say that I know people can have doubts because of his age, but I can tell you that he still enjoys playing football. He's very fit. I mean, to give you an example, Mike, he came after holidays and I gave him the opportunity to train on a Tuesday. Normally Tuesday and Wednesday are really hard sessions for us. And I gave him the opportunity to be in and out, to feel, and he said, I mean, all in, and he did all the session on Tuesday, all the session on Wednesday, which for me is very impressive. If you think a guy that just came out from a long season in Scotland, stressful because when you play for Rangers, you are supposed to win nearly every game, and Celtic this year, they did the treble. So we know that they fought until the end, and he came from holidays. So normally players want to take it easy, but not Scott. Scott is, I mean, if we could play tomorrow, he would. And he would be ready as well, I can tell you that.
Just so I have it correct, he's not available to you until July 5, is that correct?
Yeah, I think so, because there are some technicalities. So I've been told that the window is not open until the 4th. And therefore, he cannot be registered, formally registered, even though I think so. Basically, he will be given the green light from the MLS. But I think that we have done all the formality from our end. We have done everything that we needed to do to get him ready. Then after, we just wait the green light from the MLS.
Okay, just want, so I'm not looking for him before he's supposed to be out there. Finally, I know you look forward to this every week. We're going to talk. I want to know your favorite role for Bruce Willis.
Oh, my favorite is Die Hard. I know it's an obvious choice, but I really enjoy it. When he came out, the first one, I always watched. The other one I didn't see that many times, but the first one I watched it many times because it reminds me of one of those action movies like Lethal Weapon. They used to come out at Christmas when I was younger. So for me, it was him, Mel Gibson. I think I really enjoyed watching them at the time. Yes.
Just as a follow-up, was he underrated or overrated? Or did you see The Fifth Element?
Oh, I love that. Actually, maybe that one, because I have been given stick now from the audience. Maybe Fifth Element, because no, I still stay with Die Hard. But no, Fifth Element, great. With Luc Besson. I like his movies. Yes, great. He was a taxi driver there, wasn't he? And no, but I'll stay with Die Hard because it reminds me of my youth, even though somebody here looks at me badly, but I go with Die Hard.
Fifth Element, I think he's totally underrated in that film.
No, great movie. Luc Besson.
Well, and you have Gary Oldman as the foil. You know, with the plastic thing on his head.
Yeah. But Gary Oldman, I prefer him in the other Luc Besson movie.
Ah, okay.
Leon.
Thank you very much, Christian. Good luck Saturday.
Thank you, Mike.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Much appreciated.